Hey everybody, today we're going to do an extreme snow test on the new Honda CR-V Hybrid to find out if it's snow worthy. Welcome to the Onyx Off-Road Tumbleweed Ranch Course. Let's push this CR-V Hybrid to its limits. Now this is a brand new 2025 CR-V with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine and a hybrid powertrain and an eCVT with all-wheel drive. This is a bone stock car running the standard Michelin Primacy all-season tires. We're going to put the car into snow mode, and now we're going to tackle the Barn Hill. This is a steep 20-degree climb covered in about 4 to 5 inches of snow, which is on top of a thick layer of mud. Let's see if the Honda can do it. In 3, 2, 1, we are in the snow mode. Gonna apply some throttle. We got all 4 wheels spinning. The car is kicking itself sideways, actually doing a really good job of allowing wheel spin. This is with the traction control on. We're about to come across the checkpoint here where we're gonna stop and then try to climb the rest of the hill with no momentum. So this is now stopped at the checkpoint. The engine is running onto the accelerator. Let's see if these Michelin Primacy tires have the grip it takes to get us up past our little checkpoint here. It's working pretty hard. Come on, Honda. Let's see what you got. This is close to a 20-degree slope right here near the top, but it's not happening. Now, of course, the obvious comment you're going to have is, why don't you stick some snow tires on this car? This is a test car supplied by Honda. We have to test them as they are supplied to us. And this is how this car would come straight out of the dealer. Now, of course, if you own this car, it would be highly beneficial to add some snow tires onto it. But for this test, we are running on the bone stock all seasons. Very impressed with how the traction control programming is working, though. It is allowing pretty decent wheel spin, but we were unable to get up that top portion of the hill after losing all momentum. Pretty decent power out of this car. So over 200 horsepower, but nearly 250 pound-feet of torque, which is very torquey. And this eCVT setup is interesting. It's a planetary gear set that relies very heavily on electric motors. Under a lot of instances, this car operates as a pure EV with the gasoline engine just adding electricity, but it can hook up direct to the wheels. Okay, here we go. Now we got some momentum going. That's an indicated 11 miles an hour. Can we blast up to the top of the hill? Come on, Honda. Everything you got, everything you got. Oh, beautiful. Woo! So that was a pretty severe challenge. The snow on top of the mud is a really difficult and nasty combo, but I was getting a lot of wheel spin from not only the front but the rear, and we were able to crest it. Not a bad first result. Let's move on to challenge number 2. Challenge number 2, I'm calling this the deep cut, because we got these big grooves that we're gonna form in the snow. Now, we got right around 7-8 inches of ground clearance in this CR-V, and that may not be enough. We are already digging hard. Wow, it's still going though. Come on, Honda. Really impressed with how much wheel spin it allows in the snow mode. That's really good. Okay, here we go. Come on. Oh, it just cut all power for some reason there. Come on. Let's see if we can dig ourselves out of the situation. We feel like we're starting to belly out. This has actually gotten quite deep over here. Luckily, we got these little grooves. We can kind of pound our way in. Yeah, you can see actually in the snow, the grooves being left by the under tray. This 204 horsepower engine working hard. Come on, Honda. Let's see what you got. A lot of this, of course, as I'm sure you're going to comment, comes down to tires. But in general, I'm very impressed with these Michelin tires and their snow performance. This is an expensive tire for an OEM to put on a standard car. So I'm glad that Honda invested in a good Michelin tire. But it's still, when the snow gets this steep, snow tires are the way to go. It's kind of a must, actually, especially if you live in a really snowy environment like this. All right, we're going to try it one more time. We're going to build up even more momentum here. Come on. A little bit of traction control intervention. Let me try turning traction control off here, too. Maybe that'll be the move. We're going to go traction off, traction control reduced. Oh, it just sinks down. What I like about this car from a driving standpoint is because the electric motors play such a role into the performance and the mobility of this car, it actually feels pretty torquey. Oh, it's getting iced over here too. We are actually in one of our cold snaps. We're in single digits here. With that traction off, it is allowing more wheel spin, but actually I don't think that's helping us very much. All right, going further down the hill, we're gonna try to blast on up. Come on, Honda. There we go, there we go. Keep that momentum going. Now we got some good speed. Now we're going. There we go, let's blast on through. There we go, come on, Honda. Revving it out, let's see it, yeah! Woo! Can we make the turn? Nice, we did it. We did it, we did the lollipop. Now we gotta go back on down through the snow. There we go. And stop right about there. Wow, okay. That was a struggle. We used every ounce of capability that this Honda had, but we were able to get through that. The engine's running to charge up the battery. Very impressed. It took quite a bit of wheel spin, took quite a bit of speed, but we were able to get through. Now for the final and hardest challenge. So far, the Honda's been impressing me. You know, I think it could use maybe another inch of ground clearance for some of these more extreme snow situations, but I love how much freedom the computer gives you to rev out that engine and get wheel spin. It's kind of unexpected for, you know, just your standard, typical family hauling Honda. For this final test, this is the trenches test. We are in the Onyx Off-Road Andre's Pit Course. Onyx Off-Road, by the way, your #1 go-to off-road trail navigation software. So we got these grooves cut into the, all-wheel drive temperature too hot. Only front wheels may be powered. That's no good. In this situation, that's bad news because we are in the Andre Pit section of this challenge and we have to get out, or Honda's gonna have to come recover their car. So I'm gonna shut the car off and then we're gonna let it restart, clear some of these error codes. There we go. We're gonna let the car cool down just a little bit and then we're gonna try this again. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get through this. Come on. Come on, little Honda. Distribute that torque. There we go. So we're on 2 wheels now. It's exactly what we wanted. Can't take this with too much speed because we don't have the ground clearance to really nail it on this course. Come on, traction control. It's got to distribute torque to the 2 wheels that are on top of the trenches versus in the trenches. And it's trying to, but it is just so slippery. There's no grip anywhere out here. Give it just a little bump. I really can't give it much more than a little because in that transition we could tear off a bumper. There we go. Come on, Honda. Oh man, I wish they sent us this car on snow tires. That would be a game changer. Let me turn traction control off one more time in the snow mode. Lot more revving up, but less torque distribution, which is not what we want. So I'm gonna give it one more little bump to get through this initial rut. And then we're gonna see. There we go, there we go, come on. We're nosed in now. Come on, Honda. 3-wheel it pretty hard here. Oh, all-wheel drive temperature too hot. So we overheated that all-wheel drive system again. Granted, this is a tough test, folks, right? I can't necessarily give the Honda too much criticism because this is a very difficult challenge. We got ruts, we got snow, we got mud under the snow, but I still wish that the all-wheel drive system wouldn't overheat. So we're going to back on out of the trenches and then we're going to try to let this all-wheel drive system cool down just a little bit before trying to make our way out of Andre's Pit, which in itself is going to be a big challenge. How do I get myself in these predicaments? All right, I'm going to reposition cameras, let that all-wheel drive system cool off, and then we're going to try it just leaving the trenches. All right, come on, Honda, bring me to freedom. I know you've had a tough day, buddy. but let's see if you can do it. By the way, the heater and the heated seats and the heated steering wheel in this Honda are very, very good. $42,000 for this sport touring, but does give you a lot of nice features. Try to take it a little bit calmly here. I have a feeling that calmly is not going to do it. Okay. Well, let's take it not calmly at all. I still think our rear axle isn't doing anything. I'm going to have to cycle the car on and off, even after letting it cool down a little bit. I think we still have that all-wheel drive system disabled. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, engine's off. Cycling the car on and off one more time. And then we're just going to have to send it, I think, to get it out of this pit. This is a tough test, guys. If the Honda can do well here, it'll probably do well taking your kids to school. And it's doing pretty well. I know we had some overheating stuff and, you know, we hit the limits of ground clearance there, but overall, with some good tires on this thing, I think this could be very impressive. Although not as impressive as the iVTM4 system they use in vehicles like the Honda Pilot. So snow mode, traction off. Let's do it. Oh, don't want to slip into the trenches. Come on, Honda. Everything you got. Come on, buddy. Come on, up the hill. Oh, it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. All right, got to go all the way down to the bottom. See if we can get it up with the most possible momentum. To get a little creative here, I fear, on how we get this Honda unstuck. Because this hill is just so gosh darn slippery. So I'm gonna back it up as far as I can go, and then I'm gonna roll onto the accelerator, matching wheel speed to the ground speed, just like that. And now I'm gonna start easing on. More throttle, more throttle, more throttle. Come on, everything you got, Honda. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on, dig, Honda, dig! Dig, buddy, dig! Wow, we're going sideways, but we're up. Come on, keep going, keep going. Oh yeah, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Wow, that was a struggle. That was the least amount of speed I could have taken there with the most amount of room. But we did it. Great job, Honda. That was awesome. I'm gonna leave it running, let some of the temperatures come down. Really, really good. All right, folks, so the Honda CR-V Snow Performance, a little bit limited by these Michelin all-season tires, but even still, a very impressive result. I know we had some all-wheel drive overheats, which was a little disappointing, but we pushed this car way beyond how the typical driver would push this car, and even when the car was bottomed out, we were able to maintain momentum and maintain flotation on top of the snow. So yes, the all-wheel drive hybrid CR-V impressed me today. I think it was a good showing for this car, but I'd love to hear your impression, so be sure to drop me a comment below. A huge thank you to Jen behind the camera, and as always, head over to alltfl.com, where we'll see you in another video.